Hello to my Taurians. Taurus, happy Monday. All right, let's get right into your reading. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend, Taurus. Let's do it. See what's in your cards. First card out the deck: new love, new you, new career, new life. Well, all right now, new. All right, let's go. The moon is in Gemini. Moon is in Gemini. So we got all new everything. Let's see what your angels are trying to tell you. 333. That's right. Talking, lips are moving, right? So nurture the mind, body, and spirit connection. Your angels are asking you to balance yourself. What area of your life feels out of alignment? Get a meditation practice going, embark on a workout routine, or finally start that vision board that you've been procrastinating on. The angels want you to look at an area of your life that is not fully rounded out and self-correct. Equilibrium. So when the moon is in Gemini, the parts of your body it can affect will be your shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and also your lungs. Gemini, we're not talking about a person. The moon in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the communication and messenger planet, but it's also the knowledge and learning planet. Gemini rules third house. Third house is all about early education, intelligence, sibling interaction, logic, reason, communication skills, short trips, hobbies, those kind of things. So, but it's also like most of the time you hear about the ruling planet Mercury is when it's retrograde, which you can't do. You can't sign contracts, can't do this, can't do that, which not totally true. It's just really slow down and pay attention. And this is what this is like slow down and pay attention. If it's all new everything for you, that means that you've had to release something in order for it to be a new you, right? You had to release some things, the old you to become the new you, old love to become a new love, old career to become new career, old life for new life, right? So Mercury also provides lessons as well. What's the lessons that was learned? Lessons learned, right? And so lips are moving, lips are talking. That's where the connection is, making the connection. What lessons did I learn in order to become this new everything, right? So here we go. Yep. Something happened during a Saturn return. Saturn return is a major life event where boundaries may have been crossed with loved ones. Maybe a move happened. Maybe somebody moved, like somebody relocated. Like think about loved ones who may have relocated where some boundaries were crossed. Somebody may have talked to somebody a certain way. After somebody relocated to somebody that you love. You know, did you speak up? Did you say something? Um, did somebody do something? Something was communicated. There's many different forms of communication, right? In order for something new to click off, somebody was pulled into something and it dragged somebody down to a lower place. This is the Five of Cups here. So a moon in Gemini, here are the questions. First question is, do you feel there's an area of your life in need of radical change, like work, your relationship, well-being, your home life? Second question is, what is getting in the way of you changing your story? Third question is, how can you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? And then fourth question is, who are the five people you can get in touch with who could help you on your journey? A moon in Gemini is playful, is creative, is curious, is interested. A moon in Gemini is hungry for life and eager to taste all aspects of life, one with the need to explore many paths simultaneously, being guided by what feels most fun. It's the time of doing, opening the portals of manifestation, and going for your dreams, right? So something made somebody cry. You know, something made somebody cry during a Saturn return. It could have been a Capricorn, right? Somebody could have been working a long time on something. Here's Eight of Pentacles here. Somebody could have been working on something to master something. Looks like a drum or something like here. Somebody could have been into music or something. Somebody could have been working hard on something to master something. And 2 and 1 is a world card, right? And so Saturn, during the Saturn return, um, somebody could have been working to master something, and something was said to cause somebody to cry, to make somebody feel really low. Capricorns rule 10th house. 10th house is all around career, life goals, achievement, public image, masculine aspect of things, social status, fame. Um, Something was fulfilling for somebody. Could have been music, could have been fulfilling for somebody. And somebody was dragged into something that made somebody cry or made somebody lament. The world card, Saturn, is all about tradition. It's about boundaries. It's about rules. It's about like mainly boundaries, right? Setting boundaries. Um, the first card out is Cups energy. Cups is water. So you could be a sun or moon in Taurus, or somebody could be a sun or moon in Taurus. But somebody said something. 8 that caused somebody to kind of lose focus. It just ended something in somebody, because 8 is the Scorpio. Is it just it broke something in somebody. When you look at the number 8, 8 looks like a chain when you turn it to the side. Here's the 4 of Pentacles here. Yeah, that somebody is now trying to be more conservative with their time. Somebody had been working for a long time on something where somebody's trying to be conservative now with their time and trying to hold on to their money. 8 and 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Again, something was just kind of sort of like somebody said something to pull somebody down into a lower place. Just said something to somebody to pull somebody down into a lower place, right? There's no emotion in it. This right here, put emotion behind, see this right here, it was just all air, no emotion behind something. Somebody was just cold. hmm Somebody wish they had just walked away from something in hindsight. In hindsight, somebody just wish they had just walked away. Something was just overwhelming. Like something was like just an overwhelming feeling that somebody could have had. They could have just been like in shock, right? hmm So you're learning how to rise above the judgment of maybe what you thought people were judging you based on. You could have thought somebody was judging you and somebody else based on something. So your son, or so I'm looking at this person walking towards the sun, right? So, and I'm seeing fire here. Your sun or moon sign could be a fire sign as well. So look at your sun sign and your moon sign, because I'm talking to wherever your second house is. Second house, Taurus. Taurus rules second house is personal resources, money, habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, or income. Somebody says something so hurtful to somebody, almost like they just were just dumb. Like literally, they weren't smart at all. It just dragged somebody into something. It was almost like something was directed towards somebody else, but the target hit somebody else that had been working on something for a long time, and it just made them cry. Something that somebody said something that just really hurt somebody, like you're worthless, you don't have the education, that's as far as you're gonna go in life, you're never gonna be anything, you're never gonna amount to anything. And it just really followed them, like wherever they went around the world, no matter where they went in the world, if something says something so penetrating to somebody, this would be a cruel person to say something like that to somebody who's worked so hard on something. Like they're never going to, this was intentional. This was intentional. But judgment is coming down on this energy. Judgment is coming down on this energy. Yeah. Yeah, they overwhelmed now. Whoever this energy is overwhelmed. Yeah, because they believed the lie that was told to them by some energies. Whoever this is, they got looped into something. Fanning the flames. So a team has been brought together. Something is closed out. So it looks like in your cards here, not only are something good is happening for you and someone else. So one energy is out the picture. One energy is out of the picture because you wish you had walked away sooner. That's one, okay? So, but for you and someone else, um, you and whoever this energy made cry, y'all are getting raises or some kind of increase in your life. Um, so you're going into some kind of a leadership position, so you can learn how to be more conservative with your money. You know, working 8 hours. Somebody else is getting ready to get back into something that they love doing. But their energy was definitely directed towards something else that they heard. They believed some kind of lie that was overwhelming for them, right? And then they took some kind of action. For them, something was purely transactional. 7, 8, 9. They're looking for financial independence. Something how they wanted to increase their worth and their value by bringing someone else down, lowering someone else's worth and value. Whoever this energy is, so they wanted to do it in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm. So one, they wanted to make somebody walk to work. So they wanted to take somebody's transportation away from them to lower their worth and their value by making somebody feel lower about themselves. That's one. And somehow making their value higher. No compassion whatsoever. None. Um, very judgmental energy. Um, this is why everything is new. Source is actually flushing everything out for you. Um, it's like this energy came in. Something about your energy, though, Taurus, is this is what God wants you to see, or Source wants you to see moving forward. Anytime somebody comes in and oversteps your boundaries, this is the World card. They're sending you a very strong message that all knew everything. You need all knew everything, as if whatever you were doing before they came into the picture. Remember, the Judgment card is the outermost planet. They basically saying it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. It's a very toxic masculine energy. This is a very toxic masculine energy. This is why all knew everything is coming across your path. This could be from a man or a woman. Basically, this is what the energy is saying to you, that whatever was in your life, whoever or whatever was in your life prior to them coming into your life, they're judging all, like they calling judgment on all of it. That's your mother, your father, your grandparents, your great grandparents, everything that came before them, they are calling judgment on it. That should have been so offensive to you. That should have been a walk away from the very beginning. In hindsight, somebody's seeing it, but somebody's like, oh, somebody coming in with some structure, they perfect, this and that. It was like you hit the jackpot. But now somebody is saying, oh no, you're learning now that you bring your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, they brought something to the table as well. You want somebody, even if somebody walks out of your life, to at least be honest with you and go with the flow. Hey, listen, okay, you'll go with some kind of flow. Not I gotta come in and totally just cut everybody out, like nobody made any difference or any sense before they came along. People at least wear their heart somewhere, have a heart for something. So meek does not mean weak at all. Meek does not mean weak at all. Somebody wanted to put you and somebody in complete and total survival mode. That's why knew everything. Knew everything. Here's the King of Wands here, and Source has your back. Source has your back. So you are working on that part of yourself, whoever you are. Anytime anybody comes into your life and make it seem like, and I don't care who you are, whoever's watching this, if anybody comes into your life and make it seem like your whole entire family is so screwed up that they all need to go somewhere else. Whoever, you got kids, the other parent is screwed up, your whole family is screwed up, then it's them. They gotta go. They gotta go. Listen, you didn't fall out the back of a turnip truck, whoever you are, they gotta go. Here's the Five of Swords. They gotta go with the quickness. It's one thing if you had said, it's one looking at your cards here, it's one thing if you had said, okay, you had already made a decision prior to. That's something you could talk about. Look, already made a decision prior to. They play so many mind games. I'm done with that, whatever situation. But somebody came in making somebody cry. Nope. Gotta go. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. So you on top of something. Most people come into a situation getting along, trying to get along with people, and maybe something happened or whatever the case may be, and then okay, well, you know what, things went left. All right, okay, let's talk, whatever. But somebody came in, coming in like, you got to do this like me, you got to do this. If you don't do this right, I mean, what? You got to act like this. I got your back. All of this. I mean, copycat energy. This is copycat energy. Whoever this is. So I feel like with you coming, looking at your cards here, you're learning how to rise above the judgment of people judging your ancestors or your family or whomever the case may be. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. Some people are going to wear their heart on their sleeve. Well, obviously you don't see a sleeve here, but some people do wear their heart outside of their chest. Meek does not mean weak. And some people, are in survival. I mean, seem like they're in survival mode, or some people, come across that way. Um, but both can have the heart of a lion. Some people just learn how to let God fight their battles. Bottom line, you're on top of something. Um, Somebody is learning how to balance themselves out, looking at your cards, rise above the judgment, not just assume people are judging you. You're putting a cover, you're putting a manhole cover over the past, you're moving on from something, two types of energies, and feeling like you hit the jackpot emotionally. Somebody is in terms of your like kind of getting out, like in terms of like where you are, where your water is, somebody is getting around more water geographically. Somebody wants to be in a place where creatively there's a lot of creativity around you. And that's where somebody feels like they hit the jackpot because you're ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics. Somebody is now getting out, doing more grounding, finding the art, music, the aesthetics, like finding the beauty in nature, getting out, finding the beauty in nature so that you can vibrate high, right? So that you can, in true Queen of Swords energy, whether you're a man or woman, somebody is getting out of the house and really adjusting your crown, but also speaking highly of other people and really being in King of Wands energy. Not just sitting in judgment of other people to a point of just overwhelm. The other side of the moon card would be Virgo. And one is Pisces, one is Virgo. It's like from one extreme to the next. judge, judge, judge to the point of overwhelm, or underwhelmed to the point where it's just all over the place. Um, yeah, something is over now. Something is over. Somebody was somebody told some kind of lie, but somebody told a lie about somebody behind their back. But something is over. To end someone's music career. This is this is a music symbol here. Hmm. Something is over. So that's another wish fulfilled. So somebody is now entering into, like I said, somebody can put the past behind them now. Somebody wish they had just walked away from something that at first felt like it was a wish fulfillment, but something is over and you're moving on. Somebody has had an eye-opening experience, some kind of a kundalini experience or some kind of spiritual awakening. But yeah, somebody coming into a situation like they taking over something and telling you your whole family is just a whole mess and everything you came from was a mess. They got to go as soon as they came. Grand opening, grand closing. Goodbye. Hierophant, because there's no such thing as a perfect anything. So somebody is you have an innate spiritual understanding of things, and just in terms of just your patience. Now somebody is really understanding on the light side of things just how generous you are with your patience. Yeah, somebody's really understanding how generous they are with their patience. But Source had to create something new, everything for you. Source had to create something new, but that's an indicator right there. It shouldn't get to somebody. Crossing a boundary to a point of saying something to somebody where somebody's crying. That much money in the world. Here's the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, yeah. Somebody was brought down to the lowest of low, and now we have Tower moment. Yeah, somebody went on a vacation, and that's what somebody heard somebody say was that they'll never amount to anything, and somebody was shocked to hear that. Like, okay, who said this? This is where whoever was this. That's where somebody went right into prayer warrior mode. That's somebody went right into prayer. This was a Tower card, total recall. Went right into prayer warrior mode because now you are starting to remember. This is where you talk about creating protection now, protecting your, emotions, and just saying, okay, as soon as you hear somebody say to, somebody's kids or your kids or whatever the case may be, oh, that they're never going to be this and they're never going to be that. You see somebody crying or feeling like their head hung low or sad or whatever the case may be. You got to get that energy away. They have got to go. The mind games are for real. That will sit with people for years. That's set with somebody on an airplane. That's set with somebody on a vacation. That's set with somebody the whole time. It is something instantly just tanked for somebody. And that's exactly what somebody meant to do. Somebody exactly meant to do that to somebody's kids. Tell them something just low, low about themselves. Them energies are worse because it sit with somebody mentally for years. They never gonna be anything. They just the lowest of low. Nah, they gotta go. It was already adding to somebody's nightmare. Somebody need to hear that. That's an instant. I gotta let you go. Mm-hmm. Four swords right there. Because that's a seed that's planted that's coming up through the ground. So just as long as somebody has been practicing something to get something going, the moment that something doesn't work out for somebody is the moment, okay, it's not perfected. Okay, that's the first thing that's going to come to somebody's mind. Something that somebody said because somebody did the same thing to them. They know who to, these kind of people know who to say that kind of stuff to. Yeah, they not a fool. They know exactly who to say that kind of stuff to. So looking at your cards here, you're waking up from some things. Somebody is one, finding out what their demons are. That's the first thing, is finding out what your demons are, meaning your temptations, right? Remember when the moon moves through Taurus, you're also realizing, okay, you can't have your kids around just anybody, because some of these energies who feel like, okay, people have made them perfect, become like these robots. They got to be so perfect that, you know, they can't do no wrong, they can't have an emotion, they can't cry, they can't do this, they can't do that, everything got to be perfect, 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 that, you know, they just can't be in human form. They cannot be in human form at all. That kind of stuff sits with people for many, many, many years, and it causes not just physical health problems, but mental health problems. Mental health problems. So you're learning how, somebody's learning how to balance some things out. I do see you in divine connection with energies. I do see love coming your way, money coming your way. I said a leadership position coming your way. You being more conservative with your time. You working hard to plant some new seeds in yourself, and as just as you working hard just on yourself, watering those seeds, getting out, like flushing all of this, like finding out whatever your demons are, your temptations are, because something happened during Saturn, a Saturn return. Something happened during a Saturn return. But the moment somebody got wind of somebody's shadiness, they went right into prayer warrior mode. They know exactly who said what. And nobody is gutter as putting their hands on somebody. That's exactly what somebody wants. Mm-mm. Why would somebody risk something by putting their hands on somebody? They wouldn't get their hands dirty. Here we have the Five of Pentacles here. No, but something did make somebody feel worthless and feel left out of something. Again. So something, Source is saying to you, find out what your temptations are, whoever you are, and keep these type of energies away from your kids. Everybody has an inner child. Something about their inner child needs to be healed, these energies. Something about their inner child needs to be healed. And the longer you keep your kids around these type of energies, you're gonna be sitting in hermit mode with a light coming on, because one day they're gonna grow up. That's what Source trying to help somebody. One day they're gonna grow up and somebody gonna do the same thing to them. They're gonna be wanting to get into a university or a college or some kind of organization. And guess what words are gonna be ringing in their mind? They're not good enough. They got the wrong skin color, the wrong gender, the wrong height, the wrong this, and you don't know how it's going to affect them. Remember, y'all have the patience of Job. Some energies don't have that patience. Some energies, they've been just beat down so hard, they don't have that. It's hard for some people to rise above the judgment. Everybody is not the same. Even if it was another Taurus, everybody is not the same. So somebody's going to start considering, if you have kids, you're going to start considering your kids. You're going to start considering your own inner child. But this energy absolutely meant to do that. They absolutely meant to do that, because that's how they feel about themselves. So now that something has been brought to the light, it needs to end permanently. It needs to end permanently. Let them go be obsessed with being perfect. Yeah. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. And when you're doing that, messing people's kids, making people's kids cry. Everybody, like I said, has an inner child. This energy sitting somewhere making something all about them. Well, nobody did this to me. Such as nobody did this for me, and nobody said, okay. Authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. And so, yeah, you're learning how to go with sources flow. You're learning how to go with God's flow. But people are talking. People are talking. Whoever this energy is, whoever you got your kids or whatever around, somebody, or remember, time is relative. So whoever you are, if you have kids or you're a child, whatever, I don't. I mean, I'm sure you're over 18 watching this video, but knew everything. There has to be some compassion here. Looking at the cards here, but yeah. Mm-mm. Everything is here. Embrace the spiritual belief that everything already exists in the here and now. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have.